Hello class, good morning. Today is Thursday, April 30th, and we're going to start today with the blue square for the customary measurement conversion that we started yesterday. So let's begin. So the first question is asking me 4 miles is equal to how many yards? You'll notice that it's asking you to convert each of these measurements. I'm going to make sure you have all of the information you need to do this assignment, so just don't panic yet. We're going to do 5 of them together, and then I'm going to let you do the rest on your own. So for this first one, I know from looking it up, or eventually would have this memorized, 1,760 yards are in 1 mile. So if I draw a bar diagram, I'm trying to figure out, I can do a bar diagram and I can do a proportion. I'm going to do it both ways. So if I have my bar diagram, in one box would go 1,760, right? That's how much 1 mile is in yards. But I need that 4 times. So it's pretty clear here that I need to multiply it times 4 to get my total answer. The other thing I can do is I can go 1,760 yards in 1 mile is equal to, and remember, I want my units to match up. So in my question, do I know yards or miles? If I look at my question, do I know yards or miles? I actually know miles, not yards. Yards is my question mark, what I'm trying to figure out. So that means I'm going to write in my miles right across from my first one. Like so. So now I'm asking myself, 1 times what is 4? So 1 times 4 is 4. So I need to do the same thing on top. So in both of these situations, I figured out that I need to multiply 1,000, and I can't find an eraser. Nothing is new. I'm going to get paper towel. Fortunately, I'm on my kitchen table. My back was starting to hurt in front of the bookcase. So you know what? We have to be flexible. I never thought I would be teaching this way, but here we are. So I'm multiplying 1,760 by 4. I want you to try to do this with me on your own. So we multiply the ones. Write it down, carry it up. Then we move it on over. Then we multiply the tens, add. So we need to multiply 6 times 4. 6, 12, 18, 24. Write down the 4, carry the 2. Then we multiply the hundreds, add. So 7 times 4 is 7, 14, 21, 28 plus 2 is 30. Write down the 0, carry the 3. Multiply the thousands. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So we have 7,040 as our answer. Let's see if that's correct. Yep, 7,040 is right. Huzzah! Okay, so erasing now. And let's take a look at our next one. So number 2 says there are 50 grams is equal to how many ounces? So I'm going to write this out. 50 grams is equal to question mark ounces. The Z and the Y are the ones that kill me still. Okay, so let's remember our conversion song. 28 grams in an ounce, 16 ounces in a pound, 34 ounces in 1 liter. Customary could be easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the proportion way. So how many grams are in 1 gram? And how many grams are in 1 ounce? 28 grams in an ounce. 28 grams in 1 ounce. So do you see how I set up my proportion? So now I need to set up another proportion. Look at my question. Do I know grams or do I know ounces? My question mark is next to my ounces, so I know grams. I'm going to put grams with grams. They're on the same level. So I'm going to go 50 grams. Then I copy my question mark down. So I could look at this and go 28 times what equals 50. But I know this one is divided by 1. And this is where we get into some algebra because I know that 28 cannot evenly go into 50. So I'm asking myself 28 times what equals 50. So to figure that out, I actually need to divide 50 by 28. This is a little bit tricky, and if we were in class, I would have gone over this a lot more. So we're going to do the best we can. And so that's actually my answer, 50/28. Now I can simplify that because I can divide both of these by 2. So Puppy is pushing her way up into my lap. Hi, Puppy. She's like, I've been ignored for too long. I don't like this. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. Oh, thank you. I love being interrupted in this way. And then 28 divided by 2 is 14. And so there's nothing left that I can do. It's just an improper fraction. So that would be my answer in ounces. Now, is this a perfect situation? No. Let's see what I actually came up with on the answers. So yeah, you could do it as 1.76. It could be 25/14, or it could be 1. And if I count up from 14, 15, it would be 11/14. All right, so the third one says 3 miles is how many feet? Don't panic too much if you didn't understand that one. This one should be a little bit easier. So we're doing 3 miles is equal to how many feet? So the first thing I need to know when I'm looking at this question is, and I forgot to look this up ahead of time, how many feet are in 1 mile? So there are 5,280, in 1 mile. So I'm setting this up like so. There are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. In my question, I know miles, not feet, which is so much easier to work with. So I'm going to copy down my 3 miles into the right spot. 1 times 3 is 3. So now I know that I need to multiply 5,280 by 3. I want you to do this on your board as I do it with you. I have to forget which way this is. 280. 5,280 times 3. So we multiply the 1s, it's 0. Multiply the 10s, 8 times 3 is 8, 16, 24. Write it down, carry it up. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. Write it down. So your answer here should be 15,840. Like so. Awesome. Let's continue on. And that's our number 3, as we saw. So number 4 says 4 gallons equals how many cups? So I'm going to copy that down. Something smells very putrid in my apartment building, and I'm not quite sure what it is. 4 gallons equals how many cups? So from our kingdom of gallon, we know that there are 4 quarts. Let's actually draw it out. So in our kingdom of gallon, we know that there are 4 queens or 4 quarts in 1 gallon. Each quart has 2 pints, or a prince and a princess, and each prince and princess has 2 cats. So we have 2, 4. There's 4 cups. So that means there's 2 cups in 1 pint, 4 cups in 1 quart. So then I need to multiply that 4 times 4, which I know is 16. So there are 16 cups in 1 gallon. So I need to make myself a bar diagram. So if I know there are 16 cups in 1 gallon, my question now is how many cups are there in all of the gallons put together? So it's pretty clear when I look at my bar diagram that I need to multiply 16 times 4. Do this with me. You multiply the 1. 6 times 4 is 6, 18, 6, 12, 18, 24. Man, I have been recording videos all day and my head is so fried. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So my answer here is 64. And let's double check. That totally checks out. The last one that we're going to do together says 2 quarts, 2Q is equal to how many pints? All right. So when we look back at our kingdom of gallon, 2 quarts is equal to how many pints? We know that. I'm actually just going to use a picture model. There's no reason that says we can't use all of our school strategies. So I'm looking at 2 quarts. So I'm going to go draw 2 big Q's as if I'm zooming in on my kingdom of gallon. And I know that each queen has a prince and a princess, 2 children. So I know when I see here, if I have 2 quarts, that equals 1, 2, 3, 4 pints. So there's more than one way to draw this out. And for sure, feel free to use a picture when that makes the most sense. So pause this video, solve the rest of the stuff in the blue square, and then come back when you're ready to go over the answers. So number 6, 2 ounces is equal to 56.67 grams. Remember, there are 28 grams in an ounce. Actually, that's not right. I call wrong in my own answer key. 28 grams in an ounce. So let's do number 6 together because I'm not satisfied with that answer key. So it says 2 ounces equals question mark grams. I think maybe I was getting too much into the place value with that one. So if I have 2 ounces and I'm asking myself, how many grams is that? I need to remind myself, I have 28 grams in 1 ounce, right? And if I look at my question, which one do I know? Do I know ounces or grams? I know ounces. So I'm going to write 2 ounces because I want to keep ounces with ounces and grams with grams. So 1 times 2 is 2. So now whatever I do to my denominator, I must also do to my numerator. So now I need to do 28 times 2. And we're going to do repeated addition because who says we can't use all of our multiplication strategies? 28 plus 28, or 28 times 2 is 8 plus 8 is 16. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So my answer here should be 56. So it looks like I just got 2 into the place value. Obviously, there's a little bit off on the 28 grams in an ounce, but that's the general idea. 3 pounds equals 48 ounces. 5,500 feet equals 1.04 miles. 12 pints equals 24 cups, and 12 cups equals 6 pints. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today, and I will see you in a little bit for science. We have a very messy lab today.